We don't even have the preparation yet. Nevertheless, it's another time for sports drill. You know why I came in with that Ajun was coach? It's that program that talks about the development of sports within the state and of course, Nigeria as a whole. And today won't be different. As I've said, and so if you said, get ready. We are going to unveil major facts today. I won't let the cat out of the bag yet. When the time comes, definitely you're going to hear more. Of course, anywhere you are, this is Personal 6.7 FM, Voice of Liberation, the first and only labor radio in Africa, situated at Barry Goni, in the beautiful city of Ibadan. The program is Sports Drill. I remain the Sports Illuminator, RAYMOND TOLULOPE. We are going to illuminate this afternoon. Of course, anywhere you are, you can listen live, and even you can watch live. On Facebook, you can watch live. Pensioners FM 106.7. Pensioners FM 106.7. That's on Facebook. And you can listen live. www.pensioners1067fm.com. www.pensioners1067fm.com. You can listen live as well. And of course, good news for you as well. We finally have a hub. You can go to Google Play Store, Pensioners FM, download the app, and you can listen live as well. So we got you covered. Anywhere you are, whether within Nigeria, Africa, or even anywhere you are in the world, we got you covered. So this afternoon, what are we talking about? We previously talked about volleyball, football, boxing, but today every sport has a head. Every sport has a tutor. Walker gets it. We're speaking with the head of coaches today. And do you know, in case you don't know, that there is what we call the Sport Council. If you don't know now, today you will know. Every state, I guess, maybe I may be wrong, but then my guest will tell us if every state actually have a Sport Council, what does the Sport Council do? Oyo State has its own at Adamasingba Stadium there. What does the Sport Council do? The development of the Sport Council, or let me say the role and impact of the Sport Council, the development of sports in Oyo State, and many more of these. Can he make it 1-0 to Roma? He can. I'm bringing in my guest, but of course, I'll give him a chance to introduce himself before we go to the nitty-gritty.
Can he equalise here on the turn? Pulls it back!
Good afternoon, sir.
They make one of those chances now.
Whip on it this time for Lautaro Martinez, who sets Inter on their way. He's got it. Aguero's made the run. Here's Manchester City.
Good afternoon, sir.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
My pleasure here, sir.
Yeah,
in a jiffy, in a brief way, I would like our listeners to know who I am talking to this afternoon.
Okay. I am S.A. Aderibigbe. S stands for Simeon. A stands for Ajibade, and my surname is Aderibigbe.
Okay, sir.
They've got plenty forward. Ronaldo's up as well.
S.A. Aderibigbe.
Yes.
Yeah. you were a member of the Sport Council. You held a lot of various positions before you eventually retired.
Yes.
Can the people know the positions you held when you were during your reign in the Sport Council?
Thank you very much. I joined the Sports Council in 1976, and I rose to the highest position at the Sports Council, and that is the chief football coach. Still working as the chief football coach, I was promoted to head of coaching division ball games.
Ball games.
Ball games.
That includes basketball,
volleyball, handball, hockey.
Hockey. Is hockey as a ball game?
Yes, it's a ball game.
I'm just hearing that for the first time.
I was in charge of those games, about 7.
7 of them.
Yes.
Head of coaches.
Yes, head of coaching division. There are divisions at the Sports Council.
Okay.
We have coaching division, we have sports organization, we have administration, like that.
And many more like that.
That makes sports to develop adequately in this Oyo State.
Okay, sir. Good one there. Head of coaches division, and you are formerly the head of football as well. Wait, you said the head of football is the highest. Is it bigger than the head of coaches division?
The head of coaching division is a department at the Sports Council. You understand?
Okay.
There are head of coaching in other games.
All right. Okay.
Like scratch racket, like badminton,
Lawn tennis,
like lawn tennis,
table tennis.
like table tennis.
Okay. All
They
right.
are not balls.
They are not balls.
Yes. Although they are racket games that is played with another apparatus. You understand?
Yeah,
Like tennis, played with racket, table tennis,
Play with
with rackets.
Racket as well.
Hockey, although played with kidney, but it's still under ball game because it's played on the ground. So these are the divisions.
Snatch the rebound. Walker gets it. 3-pointer from Kemba Walker.
Okay, let's go straight to the nitty-gritty, sir.
Okay.
The Sport Council. I don't know how many people knows that there is what we call the Sport Council. What does the Sport Council actually stand for?
Sports Council has many things that it stands for. Number one is developing of sporting activities in the state. That is number one. People say a healthy mind lives in a healthy body. If you are not physically fit, there are many things that will be going against your system of the body. So you should be fit. Development of sports, you understand? Management of sports, organization of sports, and promoting sports, encouraging people to do these sports and win laurel that can raise up the integrity of any state. These are some of the things the Sports Council is still doing and was doing when I was there. And they are still doing part of it. Let me say part of it.
Part of it.
Yes.
I saw the phone line blinking, but not the time to pick your calls. Definitely when it's time to pick your call, I will open the phone lines and definitely you can be part of the show. But for now, let's get ourselves some knowledge about what we don't know, what even me don't know. still on the Sport Council. You said the Sport Council, what they used to do, and now part. He said part.
I said
That
part.
means at a point in time, there was a kind of deviation.
Not really deviation. Perhaps ability to do it in this sense. There is no fund to do something, and that thing should be promoted by fund. There is no fund, you may stop doing it, and many of it has been stopped.
Three, and he knocks one down as well.
It's the only true funds. I've had, let me say in this side of the world,
Yes,
fund has been a major problem.
yes,
Yeah, agreed for sports to improve,
yes,
to develop it, we have to put a lot of money.
of course.
But then,
yes.
is it just only funds? I'm of the belief that it's not only money that can solve development of sports. Is it just only funds that stop the Sport Council from doing what they should do?
It's not only sports. Ability is one. Because if you are not a talent, you cannot be hunted. It is when you are showing your ability to perform in a particular sport that the sports council will take you up, encourage you, and pay for to develop that particular sport. So it's not money all the time. When I was playing football, nobody gave me any kobo. I was playing barefoot. I had no soccer boot until many years when I got to Ibadan from a village that I was given a soccer boot. I was playing barefoot. That means there was no good money or there was no fund to help me play better in the village I was
Before you move to the city.
before I moved to the city.
But at the city, you are discovered.
I was discovered by the sports council coaches that were sent to the zone. The first coach that came to Nigeria was Les Cotier
It's from which country?
from Britain.
Britain.
That I know is a white man. He came to all the way. He came to Oyo State.
Was he invited to come down? He came on his own.
He didn't come on his own. He was invited by the national government.
Then,
You understand? And he was going around the states, even to the villages,
you look for talent.
to look for talent, even to coach football. He spent 2 days in Ilaro, in Egbado. Ilaro was not as civilized that time as now. He came to that place. I was away. My people called me from the village I was teaching, I was schooling, to come and attend to Les Cotier's coaching course. And I came. Look at this. So it was not money that time. If you are a talent in any sports and your people know you to be a talent, they will encourage you. It's an encouragement. If Leslie Cotier come to Ilaro and I was not in Ilaro and my people did not fetch for me, then I will lose knowing him. I will lose the little knowledge he has given me. You understand? The same thing happens to Tesilimi, Thunder Balogun. You understand? Thunder Balogun came to Ilaro like that. They were coming and they were seeing us playing barefoot.
Their coming on was under the government supporting them to come over.
Yes. I don't know how much the government was spending, but
It was still a case of development.
yes, it's a case of development. It's a case of development. And let me tell you, that time sports was growing, not only developing, growing quickly and adequately. People were interested in taking part. I know when I was playing barefoot, people will come to the and watch football. We don't have stadium, but we have pitches, police pitches. They will fence it with bamboo, okpe.
Yes,
They
sir.
will fence it like that. Then they will charge them some amount there, and they will pay.
Hey,
Look at that.
the passion.
Is that not an interest to come and watch their children play football?
Pitch again. Well,
That's time. But now, it is money.
We are still going to go there, sir. I go straight to where you are the head of coaches division there.
Okay.
I want to know the impact you made on the development of the games you headed back then.
Yes, as head of coaching division, I stand as supervisor of all coaches in their various zones. Watching them, whether they are sent to the zone to do what we ask them to go and do, to go and hunt for talents. Are they really hunting for talent? Are they going there to drink palm wine? Or they are doing the work we are doing? That is supervision. Not only that, I lecture in football. Okay? I do lecture in football. We organize coaching courses and we teach ourselves how to play football.
The organization of coaching courses, was it you organizing or the sport council?
Yes, it is ourselves proposing these coaching courses to the sports council before they help us do it.
Okay, just to give knowledge
To players, to coaches, and encouraging sports in that particular state, in that particular area, maybe local government.
well, right. Pitch time. Cheering.
So what was the height of it during your time? How do I put it? Okay, let me say, during your time as the head of coaches,
Yes.
then what were the achievements of your state sports?
When I was there were many achievements. Players were being fetched from various zones to come and play in the national team.
Can we get some names, if possible?
A person like Odegbami,
Was part then.
yes, Odegbami was part. Odegbami, when I was playing and coaching, Odegbami was in the secondary school in Abeokuta. I was playing football with his brother, Dele Odegbami. Do you understand?
I'm guessing you.
But my impact that time was just to play. I want you to take up that question again so that I will remember to answer it adequately. Take it again.
Your
That
impact.
my impact
As you were the head of coaching division.
Head of coaching division.
So what was your impact? What were the talent discovered? Okay, let me take it one after the other. What was your impact?
My impact was to supervise all the coaches sent to the zones and see that they are doing what we ask them to do.
And in case they don't do you cover them?
I don't. People know me for that. I am blunt. I won't cover anybody from malice.
So what's the penalty of a coach that is not doing his job?
We don't usually sack coaches. We bring them back to the headquarters and tell them bluntly that they have not been doing the work. Maybe it will be he may not be promoted for years.
That's the punishment then.
That is one.
Okay.
That is the punishment then, because they were few. Even to make a coach that time is very difficult. To make a coach, to make a player a coach was very difficult. They will want to take part in sports. They will want to compete. They will want to to bring laurel to the state, because It may cost them something. When you bring Laurel to the state, people are interested. Like Chiblek and Salami, if you bring Laurel to the state that time, you are already a rich man.
So you are going to get much motivated and more
Yes, more encouragement, more motivation, and some other things that is necessary even for you and your family. Look at what happens when IICC won the first honor. Look at that. They were giving cars.
Definitely. I remember as well.
Those are the things.
Do we still have that today?
Well, the government is not.
No, the past government
fully.
We have a new government on ground now. I won't want to talk about the new government because they are still new.
Yeah.
But then, in subsequent years to this time, have we seen the government encouraging? Just like you said, when IICC won that continental trophy and they got that economy, do we still have such? Or something close, something near?
I don't understand that question. Let's take it again.
Just like you said, that when IICC won the first continental title, then you said you are
they become rich, they becomes known, they becomes popular. Everything. You will like to move with them and talk to them, even hold their clothes. Look at that. A person like Dejo Fayemi that time is a god in the town.
These are individuals, not government personnel. Dejo Fayemi that you mentioned, was just an individual on his own.
On his own, on his own. But at the Sports Council, which is government department, Abi, promotion is what they give us to encourage us to do more.
Where did you get it lost? Because today, sport in Nigeria, except we want to lie, we know where it is. Just this week, I was reporting about the Athletic Federation of Nigeria. There are serious factions over there. But then, looking at the way you're saying, if an individual can deem fit that if you perform well, we can give you this and that. I can't think an individual of today can actually come out and say, if you do this, we're going to give you this. The way sport in Nigeria is today. Where did you get it wrong?
Individuals are doing it now. We have rich people sponsoring people to overseas for coaching courses, and perhaps look at boxers. In the olden days, we have boxers, but now we don't have them. I don't know what the coaches are doing. They are not producing good coaches to win laurel to this country again. I've not been hearing about it. But in the olden days, it was not like that. It was the work of the coaches. If an athlete wins, the coach becomes very rich because the athletes will be encouraged, the athletes will be remunerated, and the coach will be promoted. And promotion that time is a good fit, let me say.
When did you leave the head of coaching division?
I left when I retired from the Sports Council.
When did you retire, sir?
That was some 18 years ago.
18 years ago, that's a good back. Before your resignation, have there been any kind of fractions? Before you leave, you might have been seeing some kind of signs that things are not going the way it should be before you left.
Yeah. Before I left,
there will be a case where when you were on the seat, before you started, let me say the moment you are promoted to that stage, there will be a case where the thing looks so perfect.
Yes.
By the time you left, during your reign until you leave, eventually you retired, how was it? How was the coaching division like then?
During the time I was head of coaching division, I was a member of the management committee of the Sports Council. You see, that's another feat, Abi.
Definitely.
Management of the Sports Council. Apart from my work in football, when you are talking about the management of a company, you know, we discuss many things. And the only thing is management of the Sports Council. As a head of coaching division, I am going to talk more about my division. You understand? And that is coaching division. So I know what was happening. And I encourage it. So, and I always favor my division that time. But when I was about to move, there was no notice of any deterioration in the development of the sports. Sports were going on well. Do you understand?
Getting you.
You were feeling fine. The government was funding it. We are hunting for talent. We are getting talents. I know Valerio Loede is there in swimming. It was hunted by a coach at Oyo. This a very good girl in swimming. That coach was a teacher before, but he saw this girl's talent, and he brought him to limelight in Ibadan. And the girl was very, very good in swimming, and he won many laurels in the national sports competition. What game do they call it? I have forgotten. Because there are national competitions every year or every other year.
The National Sports Festival?
The National Sports, thank you very much. The National Sports Festival. If you have athletes that won many gold in your division, let me tell you, nobody will tell you that you will not be promoted and be happy. And anytime we are working for our upliftment in what we are doing, that's time.
Pitch again. Well, he is wrapping them up in these early stages. Great, lovely turn! It had to be him.
30 minutes gone past the half 12. And it's still spot drill on pensioners on 6.7 FM.
Free, and he knocks one down as well. Serbia just not missing from long range. Let's getting themselves back into contention here.
We're talking about the Sport Council. Former head of coaching division, right at the Sport Council, or just the Sport Council.
In it goes. Bogdanovic.
Of course, we still talk more.
Great steal.
Don't forget, you
The call to throw.
can watch us live on Facebook, Pensioners FM 106.7, Pensioners FM 106.7 on Facebook.
Done well too.
You can listen live
Walker.
or tell somebody to listen live. www.pensioners167fm.com www.pensioners167fm.com.
They are beaten again for a second night in a row.
Of course, now you can be part of the show. You can hear a view. If you have a question, definitely 09081 11 10 67, 09081 11 10 67, or 08080 10 10 67, 08080 10 10 67. Sport development in Oyo State, in Nigeria. How we got here? Solution.
Can he make it 1-0 to Roma? He can. Emphatically. Come on. Gives the channel. We'll see the lead. In the derby della Capitale. Can he equalise here on the turn? Pulls it back. In.
Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Down to Pensioners FM, 6.7. Okay, it's listening, sir. What's your name, sir? Where you're calling from?
I want to mention that you are thankful for the name of Valerio. Valerio is the name of the victim who assigned to him was very swing. That was the smart. You have not been able to check us. What?
Sorry, sir, you have to call us back. The network is not good at all. 09081 11 10 67, 09081 11 10 67.
Pick them up in these early stages.
Yeah, call us back. The network is not good at all.
The former Napoli hero. Kadira.
So, sir, the Sport Council started as a governmental
Yes.
organization, or was it private before government took over?
It was not private. It was purely governmental organization.
Set up initially.
Funded by the government of Oyo State. Let me tell you, I joined the Sports Council when it was named Western State Sports Council.
I think we have the caller. We have the caller now. Hello. Okay, good. Okay.
We want to know clubs he played for when he was at the Laro and other clubs that before he was appointed the football coach. Because people would want to know the football as a player before he came back being a full coach. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
In these early stages.
The clubs you played for before you became, or let me say, the journey in the football world.
Yeah. I started my football career in Ilaro, and I was playing for Ilaro team, Ilaro Football Club. You understand? Later, I was a teacher. I was transferred to Abeokuta, and I played for Abeokuta 11. Ofomba was my captain for 2 years. After Ofomba, who is an able man, left Abeokuta, I was made the captain of Abeokuta 11. We were playing Premier's Cup, we were playing Challenge Cup. Even we played to Liberty Stadium. That is when I was in Abeokuta. When I was in the college, in all colleges, I was the captain. I attended teacher training college, I was the captain.
What position do you play on the pitch of play? And what's your strong foot?
My strong foot is the right foot, but I use both legs.
So what position do you occupy on the pitch of play?
Central. I played many positions, depending on the coach, on what the coach selects for me. When Balogun came, I was playing at the middle field. That is the inside forward. Because there was no left footer in our team. So I was asked to go and play at the outside left. Later, I was repatriated to the central defense position. And to pass me that time, and that is when I came to Adeniji's hand. That is Coach Adeniji in Ibadan here. He brought me to the central position as a defender. So, to my level, I play many games that I cannot even mention today. And in most cases, I even played for the Army in Abeokuta Super 2. I was the only civilian playing for a soldiers team when James Bawan was the head of Army in Abeokuta. So I have a football career, a very good career that I have recorded in Nigeria.
On their way.
I didn't play for Nigeria. I even played for Western Rover under floodlights at Liberty Stadium. And floodlights.
Floodlights.
Yes.
Western Rovers.
Western Rovers.
That's what. Sport drill par SC. Arogundale.
It's over and it's in. Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool in front.
Par SC at David Degree. Still in the studio with me. Passion of us. Once again, 09081111067, 09081111067, or 08080101067, or 08080101067, or you can message me on WhatsApp 09026721042, 09026721042. What were your challenges when you are the head of coaching division?
Like how?
The challenges you could have there could be so many challenges. Maybe there could be funds, one, or maybe not enough personnel, two, maybe short of coaches, or maybe personal issues, and many more.
During that time, the government encourages sports. There were not much challenges.
But there are few.
There are few.
Let us know the few.
For example, the government during my time, there were not much. I cannot even mention much because the government was funding sports adequately. Because in most cases the government was being what word will I use?
Faithful.
The government was army. Most of the government were army governments that time.
Okay.
Soldier government, and so soldiers like sports, and so they were funding it. Whether you are a civilian or not civilian, they were funding football very well. You understand? So they paid for equipment. They brought it from overseas and serve players. The challenges, not much for me. For me, I enjoyed the sports council throughout because I was working tooth and nails. Do you understand? And I was winning games. Before Ibadan, in the secondary school game, Ibadan will win the Principal's Cup. Ibadan will win the technical cup. Ibadan will win Challenge Cup. But during my time, I brought the Principal's Cup from Ibadan to Osogbo, and that is Cheshire. During my time, I brought the technical school that Abe Technical College has been winning for many years, I took it to Oshogbo. That is my coaching work. I took it to Oshogbo, won by Technical School Oshogbo. So if you are working, you will have little or no challenge that will stop you from working well. And let me tell you, when I work well, I am always adequately remunerated. Not even by salary, but by grade. I was in the sports council at the base of the coaching division, and that is this level, grade level 6. I range from grade level 6 to 7 to 8, then to senior coach, to principal coach, and to the chief coach within 10 years.
What are those forms that were during your days that you feel are not happening now within the sport council?
The sports council.
Because I want to believe the sport council.
The sports council now is not adequately funded.
Number one. Besides that,
by the government. That is one. There are no trained coaches
anymore
in sports. All the trained coaches that the government trained for themselves have retired. And so they are now appointing the retired coaches to come and work again. That is what is happening presently at the sports council.
The government will not, on its own, go and tell you I want to train coaches. The sports council will take a step for the government to talk.
The sports council, well, it depends on who is heading the sports council. If he needs coaches in various sports, he will say we need coaches in this and we don't have it. So it is better we appoint trained coaches in order to improve or to get more talents in this particular game.
So definitely we have dearth of coaches, not enough personnel.
Not enough personnel.
Let's talk about the games you took charge. Let's talk about the ball games. I want to get one or two fundamentals. I think everybody knows about football. How football is being, I mean, the rules of the game.
That is my principal game.
How is your score? Other sport games. We talk about hockey.
Oh, hockey, yes.
Yeah, I want to go to hockey, definitely.
Okay.
Fundamentals of hockey. I've watched hockey live before. I've watched hockey games. But I want to know some of the fundamentals, some of the rules of the game. How it's being scored, how many players play hockey, and other things.
Hockey, if I'm not mistaken, let me tell you, I watch their games and I control the coaches and and the players. Not that I particularly know the game very well. Let me tell you, that is the blunt truth.
Okay.
But I was control. That is why they call us head of coaching division. For example, I know a little about volley. I know a little about badminton because I go to watch their games. Hockey, no.
So you have never watched hockey game before?
I have watched it many times.
Many times.
Yes.
So do we still have a hockey pitch? Right there. Where do you watch hockey games then?
Ibadan here at the Liberty Stadium.
So is there still the same pitch there?
It's like a jungle now. The hockey pitch. The hockey pitch where national players come to play has become a jungle in Ibadan at the Liberty Stadium there. Go and watch it. It's no more functioning. I even doubt if the sports council is encouraging hockey games. Or if they are going for festival, they are going to present hockey team.
I want to balance something.
Yes.
We're getting, time is fast. Okay. I want to balance something.
Yeah.
Government on one side.
Yes.
Human being on another side.
Yes.
Yes. Let's assume, let me say, okay, we can always complain that government does not release fund. But are there the right personnel for the fund? If let's assume there is fund, are there the right personnel that are in place to manage the fund?
Yes,
right now?
the sports council. The sports council will manage the fund if they are given opportunity.
Just said you don't know if the sport council will even encourage hockey. That means that on their part, in one way, hockey might not even be in their own agenda, and sports is not limited to one.
Yes, of course, it may not be in their own agenda because even there are no coaches again to teach sports or to encourage hockey players to improve. In Oyo State today, according to what I know about hockey today in Oyo State, they have reduced the ball game from 7 to few. I don't know. I know football is going, but there are not many competitions as it was before. There were competitions in the secondary schools, in the technical schools, in the teacher training colleges, in football, but no more competitions.
That's not government fault.
Beg your pardon?
That's not government fault.
It's not government. Government were doing this thing before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Government were doing it before because they saw people who are ready to be part of it. Now that those games are not occurring, that means somebody sits down somewhere and doesn't cater for it. If you carry a proposal to the government and say this is what we want to do,
I disagree.
Because I feel government and personnel we have to work together for any sport to go forward. You can shout government anywhere we are,
including my work at the sports council. I was at the sports council's equipment store in the store. I was controlling the store of the equipment owned by the sports council. The owner was given to us to buy enough sports materials, and I was controlling it. Then coaches were hunting for talents, and we were using all those equipments, those apparatus. You understand? But now, all those apparatus are now obsolete. Some are obsolete, some are old, some are not even good again, some are spoiled, completely spoiled, like hockey sticks. There are more modern hockey sticks than before. You understand? So sport is no longer encouraged by this state government. I am sorry to say it. Carrying the sports. I am sorry. I think I will not be killed if I say the blunt truth.
People want to hear the blunt truth.
That's it. Sports is not going in Oyo State again. I am sorry to say it. But that is my observation. It's not going. The sports council is there. They are paying the salaries of the workers, and they are not producing any national or international athletes.
So what's the way forward? Quickly.
The way forward?
Yes. For everything to be in place.
Appointment of more coaches to develop games, to hunt for talents. There are no more national festival. You don't know how they are doing it haphazardly. Like before, you would like to go to national sport festival in the olden days, but now when it is not well organized, what will you do? Going to national sports festival. If your parents know that you are going for national sports festival, they will even give you money. They will fund you. My child is part of the one that part of the contingent that will be going for the national sports festival. They are happy to hear that. There are some parents who do not want their parents even to take part in sports again.
The former Napoli hero. Six of a net. Kadira. Waits for support. Kadira!
Tozio, 51 minutes gone past the hour of 12.
Just not missing from long range. They're setting themselves back into
And
here.
it's been a lovely ride since. Talking sport at the local level, at the grassroots level. How we got here?
Back pass. And looks it up at the dunk.
So much talked about. But back then,
In it goes. Bogdanovic.
we have to go now. But before we go, don't forget matches we will play Nigeria, in Europe, and everywhere. The boxing fight, Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz, also coming up later tonight. Of course, the Manchester Derby, 6:30 later today. Right here in England.
And he knocks one down as well. Serbia just not missing from long range. They're getting themselves back into contention here.
Let me give you one of the matches we play today. Chelsea will be the first in action against Everton. 1:30 p.m. Bournemouth against Liverpool. Tottenham Spoil against Burnley. Watford against Palace. And of course, Manchester United against Manchester City.
Bogdanovic. In it goes.
And of course, in Spain, Madrid against Espanyol. Granada Deportivo. Barcelona, Mallorca. Levante against Valencia.
Great steal. Milton has the freedom of the
In Italy, Lazio Juventus.
USA.
Udinese Napoli. Atalanta, Verona. And of course, in Germany, Dortmund against Fortuna Düsseldorf. Mönchengladbach against Bayern Munich. Oxford against Mainz. RB Leipzig against Hoffenheim. Freiburg against Wolfsburg. Liverpool against Schalke 04.
Time is up. The United States, they are beaten again. First second night in a row. It's Serbia to come out on top.
Thank you so much for coming up to the show, sir. I hope next time if we have a chance to have you on the show again.
I wouldn't mind.
Lincoln Savage. It's up. The arm is dead. Can he make it beyond the Ultra? He can. Emphatically. Come on. Gets the channel. We'll see the leads. He's at a capitale.
The MPFL games today, or rather tomorrow, if you buy against Wiki Tourist, Yimba, Casino United against MFM, Sunshine Stars against Nasarawa United, Aqua United against Adamawa United,
With on it this time for that time.
Kano Pillars against Delta Force. Delta Force still playing in the name of Aqua United.
He's gone in. Aguero's made the run. Here's De Bruyne. And Manchester City the lead on 71 seconds.
Abia Warriors against Aqua Starlet. Atlanta Warriors against Plateau United. The last game of the day, Warriors against Lobby Stars. MPFL games there. Of course, it's time to go. Keep it locked down, Passion around 6.7 FM. Like I used to say, sport is live. Always endeavor to exercise your heart. My guest once again, former head of coaching division, Oyo State Sports Council, par Essie Agumbiade.
Which again, well, he is wrapping them up in these.
Par Essie Aderibigbe.
Playing lovely turn! It had to be him!
I remember the sports illuminator. Raymond TOLULOPE. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll keep it locked on personal house. So we'll FM.
Real sense of it. Kadira waits for support. Kadira! 3, and he knocks one down as well.